Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Nuggets News. I'm trying to keep you up to speed with everything that's going on in the crypto world, especially for you guys that are new and here in Australia. Okay, so if you haven't watched my other videos, watch those first. I'm trying to build on each video for you guys that are just getting into it, okay, and impart some knowledge of what I've learnt since I've been in crypto since 2012. Okay, so you've asked for me to make a video about where I see the market going in the next month. So I guess to answer that question, I want to talk about what drives markets and a few different types of trading and investing strategies. So there's basically three different types of traders. So there's those guys that are day trading, which as new traders or investors, you shouldn't be looking to do at all. If you've bought a coin and it happens to go up 40% the next day, chances are it's not going to keep going up 40% each day. Okay, so take those profits, or at least a portion of those profits. If you want to keep half but sell half and lock in some profits. Okay. Next type of trading is swing trading. So looking for things to go up and down in cycles over weekly or monthly sort of periods. Okay, and then finally long-term investing for things that you're not too fussed if it's going to go up and down the next few weeks or months, but you think it's going to be big in the next few years, which is probably what majority of new guys to the crypto space should be doing, in my opinion. Okay, so personally, I got involved in investing ever since I was 18. Started with shares, then found out about crypto. I like precious metals as well, gold and silver. Buy those through the Perth Mint. Okay, I think you should have a small percentage of your portfolio diversified. Don't put all your eggs, all your money into crypto, okay, just because you've just found out about it now. That leads on to another point. Always keep a bit of cash. Even if you deploy 90% of what you want to buy, and I'll get to this later, always have a bit of cash on the sidelines, because something unexpected can always happen. You find out about one coin, you buy it, and then you find out about another coin, you go, oh, I wish I had still had a little bit of money on the sideline to put into this other one. Okay, so never go 100% into anything. Okay, so I guess the crypto space is pretty exciting at the moment because we're seeing so much money pour into it. So like I talked about before, the stock market and those sort of things, there's billions and billions of dollars of money washing around, and it's only just finding its way into the crypto world now. So all crypto coins hit a market cap of $100 billion yesterday. So that is a lot of money starting to get up there, but in the grand scheme of things, stock market wise, with options and futures and everything, there's trillions and quadrillions of dollars floating out there. Okay, and more of this money is going to flood into crypto if everything keeps going well, which it looks like it is going to at the moment. Okay, so where are we in the scheme of things? So since I got into crypto, we've seen the big swings and the big pullbacks, and sentiment is what drives markets. Okay, so when Bitcoin first went from $50 to $1,000, they had what they call the Mt. Gox incident, which was one of the only big exchanges at the time. It got hacked, and a lot of people, majority of people, didn't understand what Bitcoin was, and they thought that Bitcoin itself had got hacked. Okay, so that created terrible sentiment. Everyone sold. It crashed back down from well over 1,000 back down to $50. Okay, and that's why you want to have some money on the sidelines. If you've done some research about it, any coin has a big pullback in price, but fundamentally there's still nothing wrong with it, that's the time when you should be buying. And I'll get to when I think we're going to get to that stage in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies later. Okay, so then we saw another, when it crashed back down to 50, we saw another big run up. China getting on board. China have got capital control. So if you're a Chinese businessman, it's really hard to get money out of the country, and then all of a sudden this digital money comes along and you can transfer anywhere around the world. So that really, really drove the price back up. We've had crashes since there was talk of the Chinese government banning it to stop that capital control. Then we had a big pullback when there was talk of the Winklevosses twins. They want to create an ETF, an exchange trade fund on the stock market for money to flow into it. When there was talk of that not happening, the price came back down. But lately, we've just had tons of positive news. Okay, so South Korea these guys love Bitcoin, money pouring into it. Looks like the Chinese government aren't going to ban Bitcoin, and the exchanges were banning withdrawals, but that looks like it's over now, so another good driver. Japan recently just made legislation for businesses in Japan to allow to use Bitcoin, and we're just seeing now that the businesses that are using Bitcoin and accepting Bitcoin have had a big pickup in profit. So naturally that's going to create competition, and the bigger businesses that aren't using Bitcoin are going to want to start using it. So in my other videos I spoke about the Bitcoin network needing to upgrade, and that's only a couple months away. So I guess that leads into the next thing I want to talk about is what could go wrong, what can cause the price to drop. So somewhere down the line there's going to be an upgrade of the Bitcoin network through a soft fork or a hard fork, and this is going to create panic, especially for new guys. You probably have no idea what I'm talking about with soft forks and hard forks. You could see 2 Bitcoins show up in your account when the chain splits and there's 2 types of Bitcoin if they do a fork. So I might cover that in another video, but even me talking about that is you're going to say, oh, I don't want to be in Bitcoin. If that's what's going to happen, it's going to create confusion and panic, and I think you're going to see a lot of people move into the next safest one. Another reason why I like Ethereum, okay? So the only major thing that I think could go wrong is if governments ban this, but I mean, a lot of that's already behind us now. When Bitcoin first came on the scene, it was being used on the dark markets, the dark web for drugs and all that bad stuff. So a lot of that's already behind us, and now we've seen some countries adopt Bitcoin in a positive way. It just creates pressure probably on the other countries to do that. So I don't think that too many governments are going to outright ban Bitcoin. So another just quick thing I should mention, Russian President Vladimir Putin had a sit-down meeting with the Ethereum founder, Vitalik Buterin, and he said that he really likes Bitcoin, Ethereum, and that he thinks it could really help the Russian oil and gas companies with the smart contract side of things. So really positive news for Ethereum. And Putin is the most powerful man in the world, okay, more so than Trump or Barack Obama. So when someone of that stature comes out and says things, the price is going to go up. So only other thing to worry about, hackers. Like I said before, sometimes if a big website or a big company gets hacked, it'll create sentiment for the wrong reasons. So if a big company gets hacked, it doesn't mean that Bitcoin's got hacked or Ethereum's got hacked. It's the company. So those things will cause a drop in price and create buying opportunities. So to tie everything up, I guess, be wary of the smaller coins, because when everything's going up, those things will just naturally go up with them. If there's a coin that doesn't have anything fundamentally good about it or different, it's not going to keep going up, okay? It's going to come back down to earth, to reality at some point. So just be really wary of that. Tying everything all up, where are we in the big cycle, in the big scheme of things, okay? So I think we've had, back in the day, dozens of people on the internet talking about Bitcoin, and then we got a pullback. Then we saw hundreds of people talking about the Bitcoin, and now we've had a pullback. Now what I think we're starting to see is thousands of people getting into Bitcoin. I've had random guys on Facebook I haven't spoken to in years message me, what do you think about this coin, okay? So it's starting to get a bit of hype, but we're still nowhere near that end goal, okay, of years down the track when millions of people are getting into Bitcoin. So to answer the question, I think we're going to keep going up for the time being. I think a month or two down the road, if the Bitcoin hard fork, soft fork situation doesn't sort itself out, there's going to be a pullback in Bitcoin. A lot of money is going to go into Ethereum as the second biggest coin naturally, okay, and others. And the other top 10 are probably all going to benefit if Bitcoin has big problems. So to answer your question, I'd say buy some now. You want to get on board. You want to get on the train, at least so you've got some of your money, even if it's only half. So you're not watching it go up every day and you're not at least on board. But keep some aside for when you get a pullback and then put another bid in. And just remember that, like I said, it's sentiment that drives markets. And when it starts to go down, I'll make videos of when I'm going to lock in some profits and whatnot, okay, to keep you guys in the loop. I think that's just about everything I wanted to go over for now. If you're still having trouble signing up with the exchange, I recommend Coinbase. It's step by step. It's so easy. You might pay a couple of % premium over other exchanges, But and I've already heard guys saying they're still waiting for their documents to clear to get onto other exchanges. Okay, that's because these exchanges are so busy because they've had a pickup in demand of new users trying to jump on board. So I hope I've answered your question. Let me know what other videos you want me to do next. Happy to keep doing these. I love the enthusiasm and everyone jumping on board. The more people we get into crypto, the better. Okay. I think that's it for tonight. Cheers, boys. See you later.